Everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I wanted to talk about the upcoming changes, so let's jump into it. Alright, so the last video I made, it was pretty negative as far as my general viewpoint of the upcoming changes. I did say, and my viewpoints still stand on what I think. I still think that they shouldn't remove old assault battles or start cycling them out. I also don't think that the increased cadence that they're having is a good thing overall for the game. I think it's a little too much as far as new characters that we're going to get, and it may have some ramifications that we may not be ready for just yet. So just my general viewpoint on that still hasn't changed, but as far as the passes, I did say originally that I did not care about it. I didn't care that they were removing, I didn't care that they were shifting the rewards to a pass, and I did not care about really galactic challenges other than the fact that, you know, sometimes we have to do them. But I'm still not a fan of what they're doing as far as the feats, like making a feat where you just have to buy the pass. I think that's really crappy, and it should have stayed as just beating it. It should be the reward, and then gating the feats behind marquees for every single galactic challenge. If that's what they're going to do, then I still think that feels not great, because 100% it just goes to like a pay to win mentality. And I actually enjoyed galactic challenges for the theory crafting of them, and I thought that it was a fun game mode where you can use pretty much your whole roster every couple days, which we don't get to do enough. So I still think that's not great. But as far as the rewards, let's talk about it. So it does seem like the free track is comparable with the purchases that you can do, where you can purchase 16 Omicrons pretty much a month. I'm fine with that. I do know that it's a 28-day cadence, and I think I saw something in Reddit where people were saying like we can have up to 18 with the differences of how the days of the week work. So maybe they'll kind of like make up for it. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, because there can be up to like a 2 or 3 day gap in between the passes, but maybe they'll just roll straight from like pass to pass, and it'll be like an equitable thing. As far as the pass plus on purchasing the pass, I do want to talk about this. So let's see what they are going to give. So they're going to give 20 shards of the marquee characters, and if those 20 shards were able to get the first day of the marquee, then that alone is actually a very good deal, because it allows us to get that 4-star marquee with the marquee event and these 20 extra shards. Then you can get up to, it's not exactly 5 stars, but it's just below it. I've been using crystals, but having to do 3 crystal gamble packs, it gets pretty expensive over time, and having to do that every 2 weeks I think would be too expensive to maintain. So this pass, if it does allow you to do that the first day, would be very great for players who are like dolphins or light spenders, because you can start earning more shards and start benefiting more and getting more marquee shards pretty much wrapped in with this pass. Also, I want to talk about the other rewards. So 82,000 episode currency is probably nice, considering that it's 41,000 for the free track. So I don't know if this is additive or if it's in inclusion with the 41. So 41 with the 82, so you will get like 123,000 episode currency together, that seems like it's pretty good, and that would allow us to purchase a lot of the stuff like the I do think the shop has a lot of great stuff in there, and I would love to have the flexibility of pretty much doubling the free track there. That would be pretty nice. If it's including the free pass in this, then I would say that's pretty deceptive. But if it's not including the free pass and it's just an additional 82,000 episode currency, that's very good. But I did want to talk about these rewards right here. So I recently, here, let's kind of move to the game. So I recently made a video or was talking about my spending, and my spending as far as buying packs. So before, I was buying these Chirotech packs, and I was buying that cargo pack that is here in the game every Monday that has some signal data and a little bit of like bronzium wiring, a little bit of energy. But I recently decided to stop because I was pushing my bottlenecks, which is pretty much like Omicrons and Zetas. So here I'm almost ready for Bo-Katan Mandalore. I'll be ready for her the next time she shows up next month. But I don't have any Zetas for the team. I don't have any Zetas for Kaler and Beck. I don't have any Zetas for Paz Vizsla. No Zetas for IG-12. And I definitely don't have Zetas for Bo-Katan Mandalore. And even Omicrons, I'm kind of hurting. I have a decent amount actually. So, but they're pretty much spoken for, because two of these are going for Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then the rest I'm gonna start putting on Terran Malicos. But Zetas is a huge bottleneck for me. But this pass does help me in every aspect that I'm hurting except for signal data, which is fine. So it helps me with droid brains, Gira keypads, which is nice, arrow magnifiers, and impulse detectors, which is also nice. Zimbital cards, that's good. 8 Omicron abilities, which those 8 extra Omicrons is a big deal, and 10 Zetas. So overall, I think this is a very, very good buy with 3 full Chirotechs. I don't know, there's not that many of these power converters, so I may start like stockpiling these, which would be a little annoying. Maybe the newer characters will use them more, but overall, like, pretty happy with this, and I will probably continue to buy the $20 pass and stop spending on the Chirotech pass and the Monday pass that's every $10. So instead of spending, before it was like 24 times 4, 80, 96 plus the 10, like 106-ish dollars, $110 a month. I'm now going to spend $30 a month. So I'll buy the Conquest Pass and I'll buy the Episode Pass every month, and that's it. And so I'll cut my spending down to pretty much $30 a month, which to me is a good deal overall. So these changes are a positive for me because it's going to allow me to buy more of the have more flexibility with the gear I need. I don't know what exactly I'll buy here, but it's going to give me the flexible to buy what I want. Probably not shards, to be completely honest with you, but I could spend my currencies where I need them, and then I can use a little bit of money to help me with my Omicrons, my Zetas, some higher relic materials, and then a little bit of Chirotech, and then getting access to these Marquee shards, which overall is there's no waste here in my opinion. Like, absolutely no waste. All this is absolutely useful. So it's all goods for me, and if I ever feel like spending more, then I can go back to buying that cargo pack for $10 that gives me signal data, or I can buy Chirotech if I need it, but I don't think I'll be needing to buy Chirotech anytime soon. So overall, I think for light spenders, this is a positive change. And for free-to-play players, I think this is not... I still don't know, honestly. For free-to-play players, I have to see this in action to see if they make any mistakes or what kind of play considerations you have to do for being able to complete the entire pass. Because if the expectation is you have to max out every feat possible to in Galactic challenges to be able to finish this free track, then I would say, and some people may not be able to do that, that may be not a great thing, because people won't be able to complete it. And I don't know what it's going to be like. So as long as it's accessible to free to play, and they're able to complete this track by just playing the game normally and without having to complete every single thing at the max level just to be able to barely make the max pass, then I would say this is a positive change. But if it makes everyone have to be all sweaty for the free to play just to get all these rewards, then I would say that's not a positive change, because Galactic challenges could have been played pretty casually and it was like a really quick thing. But if now we have to like engage with this and max out every single event possible just to be able to get these rewards, I think that would be not a great thing. So we'll see how it is. I'm optimistic about this part of the game, that it's an overall positive for the entire player base. And then lately, CG has been doing a good job with converting old currencies to new, with like taking crystals from Squad Arena, moving it to Grand Arena, and then moving the old raid system to the new raid system. So I'm optimistic that they're going to do this right. I'm sure if there's something wrong with it, the viewer base will be vocal and hopefully they'll make it right. But as of right now, I think all positive changes. I am going to cut back my spending because of it, and I was originally planning to anyways, but this makes sense as far as like how much I spend to the amount of progress. I think this is fine for me personally. You just have to make that personal choice yourself too, whether or not you think this is worth the purchase. So I will continue to watch and see how it is. Maybe I'll make another video once the free to play, or once we get the free to play, and then we have a little more insight on how this track is playing in like a month or so. I'll make a follow-up video on this. Otherwise, thanks for watching and take care.